next step is to start drawing our landscape. Now, last week you guys finished your art to remember and you watched some videos about 4 elements of art: line, color, value, and space. So we're going to use those 4 elements of art a lot in this drawing and painting. Color we'll probably get to when we start watercoloring, so that might not be today. But the rest of them we're going to talk about during this drawing. The first thing you have to do is decide, are you going to have your paper like this, which is portrait the long way, or landscape this way? It's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong way. Whatever you choose is just fine. Just because it fits on the screen for me, I'm going to choose landscape. Okay? Now, we're going to put in our horizon line first. And I would like everybody to try on at least one of their drawings, because we're going to be doing 2. I want you to try to do a mountainscape, so with some mountains in the background, which means that your horizon line might not be a straight line. The horizon line is where the sky meets the land. So that might not be a straight line if we have mountains. That's going to be kind of bumpy. So to draw my mountains, I'm going to do a little connect the dots thing, because I don't want all my mountains to be perfect. I don't want to just do a zigzag for my mountains. I'm going to do some connect the dots. So I'm going to make one mountain peak here, bring it down. Maybe this one isn't quite as high. And we'll go back up. Okay? Now, I don't know about you, but I don't often see mountains that are just a straight line. So I'm going to try to make my line imperfect and kind of wobbly. Okay? So I'm going to make it kind of bumpy. Bring from one line to the next. And then this one I think I might make overlap, so it's not quite as steep of a mountain. And then we'll have this one go in front too. This one is going to be a little bit steeper and go off like that. So that is my horizon line. That is where the sky meets the ground, right there. Okay? Next, we're going to talk about creating some land right in front here. So for this, I'm just going to continue on one of my mountains. I'm going to bring this line all the way down. And then this one will come through here. There's no right or wrong way to do this. We just want to split up some of this big space up here. Okay, then I'll have a little hill coming down here. And last, I'll do something right over here. That splits up my space. Now I know that I have some areas that are more towards the background. The sky is going to be our actual background, but we have this right here, the mountains, and some of this land here is going to be more of our midground. And then I know I have some reference lines as to where my foreground is going to be. So foreground is going to be those areas that are closest to us, that are in the most detail. Okay. Next, I'm going to give my mountains some value. We talked about value last week. You watched a video about value. And we know mountains are not two-dimensional. We know they have a little bit of depth. So I'm going to create some shadows on my mountains. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to start right at the peak. Okay. And then I'm going to draw an imperfect zigzag down. So a perfect zigzag would be back and forth and try to make those zigs and zags as even as possible. For this, I would like to do an imperfect one. So I'm going to start with a little zig, bring it back, start over here. We can bring it all the way over and then connect it to the left. I'm going to do the same thing here, kind of an imperfect zigzag. Go over a little bit, and then bring it to the left, and then this one, zigzag, not an even zig or zag, bring it over there. Okay,